Welcome to the second section of this video course, Reading and Processing Text Features. In this section, we'll take a look at the type of data we'll be working with, where to find it, how to clean it up properly, how to further reduce it down to its core format, and a format ready for mathematical representation, and finally, how to deal with n-grams. In this first video, Understanding Text Data Sources, you'll get more information on the types of important text data sources, where to find them, and how to ingest them. But first up, a bit of a general rule I've found to be true for about 90% of the work I do with text data is that the smaller the document, the more there are of it. The bigger the corpus, the less there are of it. Seems logical, no? To further dive into this, the types of text data you'll come into contact with can either be large, very specific corpora, or small, numerous corpora, like tweets. And then of course there is a large zone in the middle for various documents. Large corpora can be anything from a Wikipedia dump to an academic corpus used in research, but also a book of course, like the ones freely available in the Gutenberg project. They are extremely useful to do experimentation with, often very useful as well to train models on, like word embeddings. And these types of corpora are often cited in literature as well, since they can be thought of as a reliable data source. And if you're lucky, you'll even find ones who are available in multiple languages. And to get you guys started, I've included some sources where you can find these types of corpora, so feel free to check them out. Now, let's take a look at the other side of the spectrum. Instagram, Pinterest and Twitter are all typical sources people go to get social media insights. On the plus, there's a lot of them. On the negative, it's often data which requires a lot of pre-processing. And another pitfall is that there's often a mix of languages involved. For example, French words mixed with English hashtags. And again, I've just gone ahead a quick list to get you guys started on ingesting this type of data. For Twitter, there's a really neat library called Tweep, which works very well for me. Instagram and Pinterest are a little trickier, so definitely check out their official API documentations. Now, as for the in-between zone, this could be literally anything. Typical ones are web pages, or specific tagged or annotated data sources for machine learning tasks. And just, again, as an FYI, I've again added some places you could check out. As for web pages, packages such as Beautiful Soup, Requests and Scrapy are really handy. For some neat ML datasets, definitely check out Kaggle and the UCI repository. And oftentimes, ML libraries come pre-shipped with some interesting datasets as well. Now, as for the question on where to store all of this, the main point that should be made here, I think, is that for experimentation purposes, it doesn't really matter all that much. Just use the one which is most handy for your type of data, structured or unstructured, or the easiest one to connect to, like a local text file or a database. But from the moment you move things into production, or you are trying to build a system around it, do consult with your server or data engineering team. They will not only look at it from a data point of view, but they will also think about aspects like how frequently will it be accessed? Is it accessed in more of a streaming fashion or more of a batch fashion, etc.